Welcome. So today I thought I would do a little video on the DJI Neo 2. You probably know DJI is known for making some of the best drones available, at least the most user-friendly consumer drones. This one right now is one of the cheaper drones. The DJI Neo was cheaper than this. This is the second iteration of the Neo. Some advancements from the previous model. So I'm just, I've just recently purchased this one. I had a Neo before. Honestly, I think it's probably the most fun drone you can own. There's so many things you can do with this small little drone. You can use it with a remote control, use it with your phone, use it with a controller. You can use it with goggles and an FPV controller. There's just like a half a dozen ways you can actually fly this little thing. Of course, some of the downfalls with it, it is small. There's pros and cons to it being small, obviously. You can fit it in your pocket, you can take it with you, it's light. You don't need to carry a controller with you if you don't want to. You don't even need a phone if you don't have one. So that is a benefit, but it is also a downfall with the smaller drones. Because of the wind, basically. This little thing, I mean, it can't handle a whole lot of wind. So you really have to kind of pick your days and, be careful of not flying in excess of wind, because you will lose it. These things, especially the Neos, they're known for crashing fairly easily, especially over water. They don't tend to like water, or they do like water, and that's the reason why they want to go in. I have no idea, but it seems to be an issue with the Neos that they don't like water too much. So yeah, with this little drone, I mean, you have 4K 60 frames per second video. You got 4K 100 slow motion, I believe. I'm not 100% sure on the stats, but you can easily look it up. Stabilization is improved over the regular Neo. Low light is better from the previous version. So there is quite a few advancements from the last one. So this one actually has right now sensors. It has lidar sensors, which the other previous Neo didn't. So you can have obstacle avoidance. The other Neo was, just kind of banging into things whenever it really came too close to it. Prop guards, one big benefit of the Neos that some of the other drones don't. Like the Flip does have some guards, but the Neo has full protection. So if you want to fly it inside, I don't recommend flying them inside, but people do. If you have an open area and want to take some videos inside, that's perfectly fine with this drone. I mean, you can easily pick it up when it's running and not have to fear about getting your fingers chopped off or anything, or banging into something and hitting a wall and ruining your propellers or anything like that. Other than that, I mean, when you buy the kit, you can buy several different options with this one. All I bought was the drone and battery kit. So what you will get is the drone. You will get a charging block like this one. You don't actually get a physical charger with a cable. It is USB-C and 3 batteries. You get the guard, obviously, for the gimbal. You'll also get a couple spare propellers. I don't know why they only include 2, not 4, but anyway. The only other thing you might want to consider, it actually comes with a screwdriver. You can use this for spare props, or if you want to fly it with a controller. Now, if you buy the kit that I did, you can't actually use a controller with this drone the way it is right here, because it has no receiver for the controller. So that is actually a separate purchase if you buy this particular kit. Some kits come with it. If it comes with a controller, you already have this installed or in the box, in the case with it. In my case, I bought it separately. Now, it's not very expensive. I think it was around $30 Canadian. So, I mean, it's not, not overly expensive. So when you get this, and if you want to use a controller, it's very easy to install. The drone actually comes with a screwdriver, like I said. So you just plug that in, and then you screw your 4 little screws in here. One word of caution is just snug them up. Like they don't have to be tight. Like the USB connector itself is actually holding it on pretty good. So The screws are only there to keep it from popping off if you have an accident or something like that. So I've seen people online where they're complaining about their drones breaking around the plastic here, especially up here in this little part where it's not much plastic there for the screws to catch. I've seen videos or pictures where people have actually split that with screwing these screws in. Don't do that. Yeah, just snug them up. Actually, when I just checked this one, I had this installed before I started the video. So when I actually took this one off to show you putting it back on, two of these screws were like almost falling out, and you know, I've been flying this one for the past 2 months, and I still had a hard time actually pulling it off. So yeah, you don't need them tight at all. Now what I did, I actually picked up, you're going to think I'm crazy for doing this, but I actually picked up two of these drones because I wanted extra batteries. Again, there's another downfall to this drone is, I mean, you realistically in real life situations might get 10 minutes, 12 minutes from a battery. So it's not long. So the more batteries you have, the better. So when I priced the batteries and everything that comes with the drone, you know, it was a little bit more to buy an extra drone in the whole kit, but you get a spare drone. So if anything ever happens, you know. In my case, I gave my my stepson the other drone, and he's using that one, so it worked out great. The batteries, be careful when you're installing these. There is a little trick to installing them. So what you need to do, you'll see here on the bottom of the battery, there's a notch, and there's a little clip right there. Put the back in first, make sure it's seated right here properly and everything, and then push down. Don't be afraid to push. It is a little bit intimidating first when you install it, because it seems like, oh, I'm pushing too hard, but no, you're not. It actually has to take some force to kind of push it down. Once it's down, locked, good to go. Powering it on like any DJI drone, controller, goggles, anything, it's always one single push and then a long push. Hold the button down, the drone starts. And I think every drone has that same sound. My dog hates it, so I try not to start it up indoors. From what I heard, there's a lot of dogs actually, same situation, they just don't like that sound, but I wanted to give you an example of how to turn it on. So yeah, like I said, this one you'll see a screen on the front. This will actually tell you the mode it's currently in. You can change the mode on the bottom here with the buttons. You can also, this red button here is to set it going. So once you press that, you can actually just tell the drone to take off, and or if it's in a certain mode, right here, right now it's in follow. I don't know if you can see it or not, but you can switch that through different built-in different modes. So there's like a, I'm not even sure what they are at the moment. There's like a rocket, and follow obviously is one, and well, there's several. Like, you read the manual if you pick up this drone. You really don't even need to control it with anything. If you're just looking for something to capture yourself when you're hiking or biking, or just going for a stroll with the dog and you want to take some selfies, or you're on a vacation, want to get some pictures of you walking on the beach, it's ideal for that kind of situation. The regulations for these, where they're way under 249 grams, the regulations are fairly relaxed. At least here, where I am in Canada. I don't want to speak for anywhere else in the world, but here at least, under 249, it's fairly relaxed. And this little thing I'm actually going to be taking to Mexico in a couple of weeks with me, so we'll get some shots there. And from what I've read, anything under 249 there is just pretty much the same as Canada. There's no real regulations other than, you know, staying under 400 feet and don't fly over crowds, and just have some common sense, which is a big part of flying drones, is just having some common sense. You know, you don't want to crash on top of somebody's head or into somebody's windshield of a vehicle. You don't want to get in the way of an airplane or helicopter. I don't know how obvious that has to be, but yeah. So this is the drone. Like I said, you can fly this. You can actually use hand gestures with this particular one. So once you set it going, you hold it up to your face. Once it gets a picture of you, it'll recognize you as the pilot. Then you can actually use hand gestures to control the drone, to move side to side, front to back. You can also use voice commands. Now, I haven't tried the voice commands yet, so I'm not 100% sure what the voice commands are. But yeah, it's something that I may test out on a video one day, and just so people have an idea of how it works. All I use it for right now basically is like this. So if I want to get a picture or a video of myself riding a motorcycle, or if I'm out flying my other drones, I can take actually video of myself while I'm preparing and getting set up and flying, just for yeah, it's just a hobby for me. Like, I'll take some YouTube videos. I do have some posted of my my flying, my Air 3S and Mini 4 Pro, but nothing with this one yet. This is fairly new. I mean, if you're interested in DJI, you're just beginning, this is an excellent drone. You don't need anything other than a drone to start. Like I said, you can use your phone to control it. It has, it has a screen layout with actual joysticks if you want to use on-screen type joystick, so touch screen. So you can fly it as if you're using a controller, basically, but you can't go as far. Yeah. Have any questions? Just shoot me a message in the comments, and I can try to answer them for you. But yeah, I highly recommend it. Any DJI drone is great. This particular one, excellent entry drone. Great for, even kids for that matter. My 5-year-old niece knows how to fly this thing. So it's very easy. All right. Thanks for watching. And again, if you have any questions, shoot me a message. Bye-bye.